So we understand that Game of Thrones isn't so much a fantasy show as it is knotted tapestry around plot threads, characters, thematic arts, and so on and so on. So you could hardly blame HBO for dropping the needle every now and again. Even so, now that this new season is over, we can't help but feel as though a bunch of the secondary characters were never given their due chance, having a major presence for entire episodes and seasons before disappearing off screen without warning to never return. We're actually going to be going over today some of these thrones and, characters who ended up actually quitting acting after they were dropped from the show. It's unfortunate, however, the fact that remains is these dudes can easily get back into acting since Game of Thrones isn't an all-time high than it ever has been, but they really have chose not to, either because of some unfortunate event they couldn't control, or just nobody really wants to hire them for any roles upcoming. Hey y'all, how's it going? This is JT with Discovery Trends coming at you with another video. Make sure before the video loads up to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also guys, we're doing a subscriber giveaway where we shout out one lucky viewer who subscribes, comments down below saying they subscribed, and turns our post bell notifications on. If you complete those 3 steps, you better your chances at getting a monthly shout out. We only do it for one person, so the person who does it the most is going to be shouted out and get a bunch of other prizes as well added onto it. I love Game of Thrones. I know you guys love Game of Thrones. Now let's get into today's video. The theme, 9 Game of Thrones characters who quit acting. First on our list, we have Ilyn Payne. His first season was actually the first episode ever of Game of Thrones. For a character who set the war for the Iron Throne in motion by organizing the marriage of Daenerys Targaryen to Khal Drogo, Illyrio is suspiciously absent from the later seasons of Thrones. His ability to play both sides of the war, navigating the politics of 7 kingdoms with the relatively easiness of money, suggests that he's kind of person of, who'd survive the Game of Thrones longer than most and not be cut off. This man, however, is a no-show, and Illyrio's actor Roger Allam is something of a prestigious thespian in his UK homeland. Perhaps so, HBO wasn't willing to spend any more money for a recurring role in season 2 and beyond. Now, the reason he quit acting is because he wasn't getting enough of his due diligence. What I mean by this, guys, to sum it up pretty easily, he wasn't getting enough cheddar, aka money, for his acting role in the popular hit TV series. I don't blame him though. If you're not getting what you're asking, even though it's a big show, you're kind of underselling yourself, and I'm pretty sure another TV network would love to have you. Since then, Mr. Mopatis has actually been getting a lot of show offers on a lot of TV channels like HBO, Fox, and ABC. It's cool to see this dude is still thriving after, however, he did quit acting for a relatively brief moment to focus on himself and his family and get his funds in order. Now, this dude is definitely going to find another role. He's very good at acting, plays the character role very good. However, he's going to have to do a show similar to Game of Thrones. I can't see him in a spin-off, say if they make one of Friends. It just wouldn't make sense. This dude is a medieval actor. He has the part, he knows how to play the part, he has the look. It's overall just a simpler, easier role for him to get. Next, we have Sir Ilyn Payne. His first appearance was actually the 2nd episode of season 1. The man who killed Ned Stark got off pretty lightly for his crimes in Game of Thrones, mysteriously fading into the background after holding a firm and steady presence as a minor villain through seasons 1 and 2, and only briefly mentioned once more in season 4 by Tywin, before never being heard from or of again. The Lannisters' loyal killer was even on Arya Stark's infamous hit list for a time, but she curiously dropped his name from the running for reasons that still aren't completely clear. That's a recurring theme in this series, guys. Some believe Payne died during the Battle of the King's Landing in season 8, along with, everyone else, but I guess we'll never really know for sure. Now, the main reason this guy quit acting is because he wasn't getting paid enough, and also he had a family epidemic. Now, we're not going to go over it because it was in pretty brutality details. However, this guy had to handle business, he had to get it right, and I don't blame him for leaving the show because of family reasons. As you guys know, family always comes first, even if it's a career decision. If you're making good money in this instance with a TV show and they're paying you hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars to appear, honestly, I'd take a leave of absence too if I had a family crisis of the same one as this guy. Good job and good respect. Good luck in the future, brother. Upcoming, we have Anguy. Now, his first appearance was on season 3, episode 2. One of the few named members of the Brotherhood without banners, Anguy is the guy who captures Arya, Gendry, and Hot Pie in season 3, and even teaches the youngest Stark daughter how to use a bow and arrow. He's pretty skilled as an archer himself, but fails to capture Arya when she scampers off towards the Red Wedding at House of Frey, only to be captured again by the Hound just before the bloodbath takes place. The reason this guy quit acting is very simpler. He actually was a very good archer in real life. He had a lot of skills. They made them practice off the cameras. However, this guy kind of got content with his role and ended up not practicing as much. And you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Now, Guy wasn't really into that stuff in his real life role as a regular US citizen. However, it just didn't make much sense to him. He didn't like shooting bow and arrows. He actually was a pacifist, someone who's against any type of violence or using weapons. And this greatly affected his role as they dropped him after season 3, and it was very unnecessary. Honestly, I would have loved to see this guy again. Here we have Daario Naharis. This dude is one of my favorite characters. His first appearance was on season 3 episode 8, and he actually left on the season 6 finale. Alas, spare a moment for Daario Harris. Not only did his character get abruptly recast following his season 3 introduction, confusing everybody with the fresh face of Michael Huisman, was suddenly seen getting very close to Daenerys in season 4, but the poor second son sellsword was swiftly sidelined right as the Khaleesi was about to fulfill her destiny as the breaker of chains. Honestly, I'm not sure why this dude quit acting. It still remains a mystery to this day. Lastly, we have Jaqen H'ghar. His first appearance was on season 1 episode 10, and he was last seen in season 6 episode 8, so he lasted a while. Let's start off by saying yes, it's all too possible that we have seen Jaqen H'ghar since his last confirmed appearance in season 6, but he was just wearing a different face. Shapeshifting and duplicity is the faceless man's specialty. After all, though that still doesn't mean we're okay with Game of Thrones dropping him completely. He ended up, and the rumor is, leaving Game of Thrones to quit acting because he actually wanted to fulfill his dream of becoming a full-time musician. I mean, he does have the look, he's got long hair, he's got the pretty boy face, he's got the Cali swag. I just don't agree with it in totality. I think it's kind of a dumb move in his part. I would honestly work on music as well as acting on Game of Thrones, so you just have that backup money just in case the music career doesn't go well. You're going to be set for life with this role in Game of Thrones. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what character you wonder what happened to and why they quit acting. Guys, this is JT here with Discovery Trends signing off, and as always, see you guys later.